What is going on, guys? I am the FT Guru bringing to you guys a Wednesday edition of my MLB DFS podcast. We have another great slate tonight. Last night didn't pan out too well. A lot of the stud bats I had didn't really do much of anything. So, different story tonight, though. I'm feeling good about tonight's slate once again. There's some really good pitching out there. And I'll just mention to you guys the same amount of players that I normally do. A pitcher I love, two infielders, and two outfielders. One of you guys guessed the right offensive player to score the most points last night. That was Freddie Freeman. He went double dong, and whoever commented that, I did give you that 100 Guru credit, so congrats on that. Let's dive right into tonight's slate here. We have the Astros favorited once again. One of the biggest favorites again I've ever seen. I think they're minus 550 right now. Prior to tonight, when Wade Miley pitched a couple nights ago, I thought that was the highest favorite I've seen. He was like minus 440. Now it's definitely the highest favorite of the season that I've seen. Minus 550 for the Astros tonight. Verlander, you got to get him in there in cash games. 12,200. One of the highest prices we've seen on a pitcher this year, but it's well worth it. He's been one of the best pitchers in the league, and the Tigers are one of the worst teams in the league. So it really pans out here. If you look at his game log, I mean, come on here. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight games with double-digit strikeouts. I mean, in some of these games, he's not just barely getting double digits. You see a 13 and a 12 in there. What an impressive run. Verlander is low-key might be having his best season of his career this year, and he's had some pretty good seasons, especially with the Tigers. So Verlander is a must-start in cash games tonight. You should be able to get some value plays in the bats. All of my bats are going to be very cheap that I mentioned because of Verlander. Buehler's not a bad play either, a massive favorite at home tonight. If you want to save $1,200 at pitcher, I do think Verlander's a better play, but Buehler's like a minus 390 favorite tonight against the Blue Jays. So not a terrible play there either. Either guy is in for a really good night. For the infield, like I said, I'm going to mention some very cheap bats. There's some good value out there. One of them coming from Philly. We haven't seen this name in a long time, but he's been recently called up, and that's Logan Morrison. He's almost minimum, 2,100. This game should have a lot of runs. The Phillies and Red Sox, you got Drew Smyly going up against Porcello. It's like a 12 over-under. Morrison sees that lefty-righty matchup against Porcello, and Porcello hasn't really been great all year. How he has 11 wins is beyond me because he has a 5.49 ERA. That just says that he gets run support every single start. But I do think Morrison's in a good spot tonight. He's more of a power hitter. He could hit a homer for you. What a great price we see there hitting in a good spot in that Phillies lineup. Another infield play here, staying cheap again. The Mets are in a really good spot against Plutko of the Indians tonight. Joe Panik has been very good since playing for the Mets. He's only 2,400. Another great value play, batting second here tonight. A lefty-righty matchup, and I just think it's very worth it. He's in a really good rhythm here. If you look at his game log, he's been scoring basically every single game except for 1 or 2 in there. And over his last, let's see, he's gone a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 game hitting streak. So at 2,400, you can't really go wrong there with Joe Panik. Moving on into the outfield here, we're going to go over to the Kansas City Royals. They're slated for a lot of runs tonight against the Orioles. We all know how bad Aaron Brooks is. He's got a 6.49 ERA for the Orioles. Gordon's batting cleanup tonight. Right in the heart of this Royals lineup, a lefty-righty matchup. 3,100's a fine price on Alex Gordon. I do think he's in a really good spot, and that price is too cheap on him tonight. Then the last play here tonight, another very, very cheap play, batting second tonight. Just saw the Indians lineup, and he's confirmed batting second. Greg Allen of the Indians, 2,300, also close to minimum. He's got that lefty-righty matchup against Marcus Stroman tonight. Not the best matchup. Stroman's been pretty good. But the Indians could muster some runs against Stroman tonight. And at 2,300, a great punt play. Allen could see 5 at-bats tonight. And he's got stolen base potential. So really good value play. He should save you some money as well. That'll sum up today's video, guys. We have the PGA Tour Championship playoffs starting tomorrow. Pretty late into the morning, like 11:45 a.m. Eastern. So make sure you tune in tomorrow morning for those lineups. And until tomorrow, I am the FD Guru, and I am signing off.